Hi everyone, in this video I am going to share real-time SAP CPI interview questions that I personally faced along with how to answer them using practical project experience. If you are preparing for SAP CPI interview, this video will help you to understand not just the theory but also how to explain the answers confidently. Moving to the first question. What is SAP CPI? This is the most commonly asked question. SAP CPI or a cloud platform integration is a middleware tool in SAP BTP used to integrate different systems like SAP to non-SAP applications. In my project, I have used CPI to integrate systems where it handled transformations like JSON to XML, conversion, routing, mapping, secure communication between systems. What adapter have you used? Explain. In my experience, I have worked with different adapters like SFTP, SMTP, SOAP, OData, IDOC, HTTPS based on the project requirements. For example, I have used SFTP for file based integrations, SMTP to send email, notification, HTTPS and OData for API based real time communication, SOAP and web services, and IDOC for SAP backend integration. So overall the choice of adapter depends on the type of integration, whether it is file based, API based or system to system. What type of authentication have you used? So in SAP CPI, I have worked with different types of authentication methods depending on the adapter. For HTTPS and OData, I have used basic authentication and OAuth 2.4. For SFTP, I have used SSH key based authentication and username password. For SOAP, I have used basic auth and sometimes WH security. For SMTP, I have used username and password. So overall authentication based on depends on the security requirements of the target system. Moving to next question. What are known hosts? In SAP CPI, known hosts are used in SFTP connections to ensure secure communication. Basically, CPI stores trusted server public keys, and when connecting it verifies the server against this list to avoid connecting to malicious systems. In my experience, while configuring SFTP, we had to add the server public key in known host to establish this secure connection. What palette operation have you used? In SAP CPI, palette operations are used to design control and integration flow. I have mainly used content modifier, router, splitter, and Groovy script. For example, content modifier is used to modify headers, payloads, router is used for conditional routing, splitter is used for handling large payloads, and Groovy is for custom logic. In one scenario, I have used splitter to break large data into smaller chunks to improve performance. Coming to message start event and message end event. Message start event is used to trigger the integration flow when message is received, and message end is used to send the processed data into the target system at the end of the flow. These events basically define how the integration starts and end. What is content modifier? Where have you used it? Content modifier is used to modify headers, properties, and payload in CPI. In my project, I have used to set dynamic values to store data in properties and prepare the payload before sending it to the target system. It helps to reduce the need of complex scripting. Moving to next question. What is start timer? Start timer is used to trigger the integration flow at a scheduled intervals. I have used it in the scenarios like polling files from the SFTP at a regular interval when the source system cannot push the data. Going to next question. What is sender and receiver in SAP CPI? Sender is the system that sends the data to CPI, and receiver in the system that receives the processed data. CPI acts like a middleware between them, handling transformation and routing. In my project, external systems send data to HTTPS and CPI process it and send it to the target systems. Coming to the most asked question, what is an IFlow in SAP CPI? In SAP CPI, an IFlow or an integration flow is a main component in the SAP CPI. It is used to design integrations. It defines how the data moves from sender to receiver. It includes routing, transformations, and processing steps. In my experience, I have worked on multiple iFlows integrating different systems. Thank you.